Love it.
Yeah, I think there's enough people. Alright, I'll head back to my seat. Yeah, go for it.
I know, it's cold.
But yeah, the other girl is in red.
What do we want? When do we want it? Now! What do we want? When do we want it? Now! What do we want? When do we want it? Now! What do we want? When do we want it? Now! Make noise. Get in here, Minnesota. It's cold. Tuck in. We got plenty of space. We're gonna make space for thousands that are coming later. My name's Nate. I'll be the MC tonight. I'm a member of the Party for Socialism and Liberation, and we are so glad that you are here tonight. We are so glad that you were here yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before. If you were there, you should know some of these too. Okay, so we need to hear you as loud as possible. We're right behind City Hall, right in front of the courthouse. We got to make sure all of these government buildings and officials can hear exactly what we're saying, because we know they can see what we're doing. So let's get it going. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? All right, here we go. No more Minnesota nice.
No more Minnesota nice.
Minneapolis will strike.
Minneapolis will strike.
No more Minnesota nice.
No more Minnesota nice.
Minneapolis will strike.
Minneapolis will strike.
No more Minnesota nice.
No more Minnesota nice.
Minneapolis will strike.
Minneapolis will strike.
What do we want?
Ice out.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Ice out.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Ice out.
When do we want it?
Now.
Hey, make some noise, man! Hey, one thing that keeps me warm too is jumping up and down. We might have to get you moving tonight. Tuck in, meet your neighbors, because again, hey, remember, we're not doing this by ourselves, right? Meet the people next to you, because we got to see them tomorrow and the next day and the next day, and especially on Friday when we get people out here to shut it down again. Isn't that right? Let's hear about Friday. Shut it down. 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 Hey, hold on, real quick. I see my chanter jumping here. Why don't you guys get moving too, hey? Shut it down. 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 Minneapolis! It's cold. You gotta stay warm. You gotta keep it moving. Yeah, let's hear them horns. Wave them signs, folks. Get your people here, because we know we got plenty of space for them. We put thousands and thousands of people in these streets all week long, isn't that right? And we're going to do it all week again, isn't that right? Now what the best part is, it isn't just Minneapolis, and it never was. We're seeing cities all across the country. In Georgia, where, hey, they're getting snow too at this point. All the way on the East Coast, the Carolinas, all the way out west, our fellows in California. Folks, this is a national movement, and you got to understand that. You got to understand that. You're the center of that movement, so please make some noise for yourselves. Because we're here for a specific reason. You know what it is? Hey. If we don't get it, shut it down. 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 I said if we don't get it, shut it down. 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 Welcome, welcome. Boy, I'm sorry, you gotta step off here, man. It's not dangerous. It's not safe for you. No, you can't. I'm sorry. I don't know who you are. Welcome, Minneapolis. Keep it coming. Tuck in, tuck in. We got plenty of space for you. Not on the truck, though. Come on in, come on in. You should recognize some faces next to you, because listen, we've been putting people out here all week. Maybe even stop by some of our meetings this past week at University Baptist Church, because listen, it takes all of us, PSL member or not. If you'd like to get connected, we got some people out here doing outreach. We got plenty of flyers and opportunities for you to help us out. Sarah, where are you at? Sarah's over here with some flyers for you. So please make sure to plug in as much as you can, because again, this is just the beginning. Isn't that right, Minneapolis? It's actually further from the beginning, because this started last week, didn't it? When we put 100,000 people plus through these streets. Isn't that right, Minneapolis? Now we're going to do that again. But we can't do that with a little bit of warmth, a little bit of shouting, a little bit of chanting. So yes, tuck in, get close, and I might need you to move. I might need you to move, Minneapolis. Here we go. Minnesota, let's be clear.
Minnesota, let's be clear.
A general strike is what they fear.
A general strike is what they fear.
Minnesota, let's be clear.
Minnesota, let's be clear.
A general strike is what they fear.
A general strike is what they fear.
Minnesota, let's be clear.
Minnesota, let's be clear.
A general strike is what they fear.
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 Remember that and make some noise, Minneapolis! Thank you again for braving the cold, but remember, it was colder on Friday. We got double digits now, 15, that's easy, folks. We did -20, we can do this all day, all week, all month, all year long. So we get what we deserve when we get justice for Renee Good. Justice for Renee Good. Justice Justice for Renee Good! Justice for Renee Good! Justice for Renee Good! Justice for Renee Good! If she don't get it,
shut it down!
I said if she don't get it,
Shut it down!
I said if she don't get it,
Shut it down!
shut it down!
Shut it down!
Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Make some noise, man! That's how we stay warm. That's how we stay warm. We gotta make some moves. We gotta make some noise. Now, it isn't just justice for Renee that we're talking about, right? Because we saw Alex as well. So justice for Alex! 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 If he don't get it, I said if he don't get it, I said if he don't get it, I said if he don't get it, shut it down, 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 shut it down.
Shut it down! 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 Shut it down!
Minneapolis, make some noise! We're gonna get moving with our program. It is cold, so thank you for coming out. Our first speaker tonight is Abby Martin. She is a long-term anti-war advocate, a documentary and filmmaker. Abby, where are you? Can we hear some noise for Abby, please?
Hey, what's up?
Come on up, come on up. Welcome, welcome.
Holy shit! Woo! What's up, guys? It's really cold out here. Yo! Justice for Renee Good! Justice for Renee Good! Justice for Renee Good! Justice for Renee Good! You guys, I have been traveling all across the country for this movie that I just made about the Earth's greatest enemy. The Earth's greatest enemy is U.S. imperialism, is the machinery of the military-industrial complex, and what we're seeing in Minneapolis is ground zero for that machinery to turn inward. We've seen it. We've seen the state executions in the street, just like Palestinians in the West Bank. And aren't you sick of being gaslit? Yeah! You sick of being lied to? Yeah! I'm sick of these parasitic billionaires robbing our future and my children's future. I'm sick of them telling us they have immunity. They can kill us in the streets and flee. And we're the ones who have to sit terrorized. No. No, no, no. We're not going to stop until we have justice for Alex Preddy, for Renee Good, until we dismantle the machinery of the entire U.S. military empire around the world. Everyone on the receiving end of U.S. militarized violence, living under the boot of U.S. imperialism. All of our brothers and sisters, we know how these issues connect anymore. They're not going to atomize us. They're not going to isolate us. They're not going to keep us in our silos. We understand. We understand how everything connects. We understand how our brothers and sisters in Palestine, our brothers and sisters in the Congo, our brothers and sisters in Sudan, our brothers and sisters right here in Minneapolis. We're all impacted by this system. They're the enemy. They're the ones terrorizing us. It's not our immigrant neighbors and trans brothers and sisters. We woke up to the truth. They're not going to gaslight us anymore because we see the truth, baby, with wide open eyes. And we're going to organize accordingly. And we're going to fucking win our country back and win our planet back. Justice for Renee Good! Justice for Renee Good! Ice out now! Ice out now! Ice out now! I'm so inspired by the tens of millions of people in sustained action around the world, mobilizing with international solidarity along all of these struggles. I've never had more revolutionary optimism than I do right here, and I'm so goddamn happy to be on the streets of Minneapolis with all of you. Let's go! Let's get ICE the fuck out of our country! Abolish ICE! Abolish ICE!
Abolish ICE! Abolish ICE! Abolish ICE!
Give it up for Minneapolis! Our next speaker, Anna, are you ready? Anna, we're ready for you. Make it up for Anna. Get some noise going. Jump in, move in, move in. Get warm for Anna.
Got it. Thanks. The people, united, can never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated.
The people, united, can never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated.
The people, united, can never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated.
Good evening. My name is Anna. I am a member of PSL Twin Cities. I'm a longtime educator, and I'm a resident of South Minneapolis. I'm here today to talk to you about power. Not the kind of top-down power that men like Bovino and Trump cling to in order to make themselves feel big, but the deep well of power being exercised by the beautiful people of Minnesota. When Trump sent hundreds of agents to terrorize our neighborhoods as part of his Operation Metro Surge, the people of Minneapolis quickly revived hyper-local neighborhood chats that were vestiges of the 2020 uprising. Rapid response networks were set up, and people organized a network of defense to protect our beloved community members. That's the power of the people. When Trump sent thousands more agents to Minneapolis as part of the largest DHS deployment in U.S. history, Minneapolis responded by weaving webs of care, from grocery delivery, rent support, rides for neighbors to and from work, school, and doctor's appointments, and patrols around our children's schools during arrival and dismissal. That's the power of the people! When this surge of ICE agents escalated to the murder of upstander and mother Renee Nicole Good, Minneapolis mourned our beloved neighbor. And then we escalated our actions into a call for a general strike. No work, no school, no shopping. Volunteers took to the street to canvass businesses, and union and faith leaders across the state quickly organized their members and congregations for the first general strike in Minneapolis in 80 years. That's the power of the people. And on Friday, January 23rd, in negative 12-degree weather, Minnesotans took to the street and we shut it down. This historic action reminded working class people across the nation that we are the ones with the true power. Our power comes from the fact that it's our labor that makes this country run.
That's right!
And our power comes not from greed or ego, but from a deep love for and a commitment to each other. That's the power of the people. The next day, when Bovino state thugs responded by executing ICU nurse Alex Preddy for defending women from being assaulted, Minnesotans knew that we had to expand our call to shut it down. The Somali and Black student unions at the University of Minnesota took the lead in calling for an extension and expansion of our strike. Everyday people responded by beginning to plan actions, shutdowns, rallies, and marches in solidarity with Minnesota to demand ICE out. That's the power of the people. We now know that Greg Bovino is leaving Minnesota today, along with a large number of his masked men. Bye-bye, Bovino. Say bye-bye. And while we understand this as a victory, we intend to keep pushing until every agent has left our state with his head hanging in shame. We understand that our work isn't done until ICE is abolished and our neighbors are safe. This Friday, we will once again take to the streets and shut down business as usual as we demand that all ICE agents get the fuck out of Minnesota. And this time, hundreds of actions will be simultaneously happening across the country in solidarity with us. What is that, y'all? That's the power of the people. Let's try that again. What is that? All right, y'all are getting it. You're catching on. Minnesota, I love you so much. I am so proud of you. I am in awe of our power. And I believe that we will win. Because ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Y'all, I love you. Make some noise. Stay warm.
Thank you, Anna. Give it up for Anna one time. Now, Anna brings up a good couple points here. Hey, raise your hand if you've been in the streets over the last week or so. Raise your hand if you at any point. Now, she said Greg's leaving. Keep that hand raised. Bye-bye, Bovino. Bye-bye, Bovino. Bye-bye, Bovino. Bye-bye, Bovino. Bye-bye, Bovino. Bye-bye, Bovino. Get him out of here! Now again, that is an exact example of what we have, to Anna's point, of people power, right? There's no plans of Greg Bovino leaving if we didn't show out in the streets every day that he was here. They are scared. Scared of what? That people power that Anna was talking about. And guess what we're going to do with it, huh? Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down! 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 Now here's the deal. We have another speaker for you today. His name is Doug. Doug, if you're here, could you make your way to the stage, please? There he is. Doug is a veteran and one of our neighbors. Give it up for Doug right now, please!
Thanks, Nate. Like Nate said, my name is Doug. I am a veteran of the U.S. Army, and I'm going to tell you a little story about my weekend. It wasn't a good weekend, but my Friday was better, and I can talk a little bit about that too. But over the weekend, I was on my way to get groceries at Marissa's Bakery in Whittier. Shout out to Marissa's. And unfortunately, I made my way after that, because I didn't realize it was closed. I made my way to Glandal Donuts on Saturday morning around 8 a.m. And when I got there, I got a donut, I got some coffee, and I unfortunately witnessed the murder, well, what I perceived to be potentially the murder of Alex Preddy. It was, again, as a military veteran, having been trained in counterinsurgency and detainee operations, it looked extremely, the man, Alex, was not resisting. He was clearly, he had about 6 or 7 agents on top of him, and to me it seemed clear that this was not justified by any, military doctrine or anything like that. And I continue to be astounded by the amount of resistance that I'm seeing in the streets in the wake of that event. I personally have been uplifted by the resistance, by seeing 10,000 people on Sunday coming out in the streets to witness both the site of the murder on the day of, on Saturday night, but also to pay tribute and decide that we're going to fight back on Sunday. And I want to talk a little bit again, because I spoke earlier about it on Sunday, about what I think the solution to the death of Alex Preddy and Renee Good, and I think what they would want us to do. We, Minnesota, on Friday, showed up in 100,000 plus people in the streets, and possibly many more, fighting back against this ICE, CBP, Customs and Border Patrol terror. And we showed up. Right? We showed up. We didn't go to work. We didn't go to school. We flexed that power. And that means that we need to continue flexing that power. Right? So we have, over the weekend, as soon as the event happened, as soon as Alex Preddy was shot 6 or 7 times and was later declared killed, Alex Preddy, a man who also treated many, many veterans and also trained many, many nurses on how to treat those veterans, we as veterans must have a duty to stand up, because this is one of our fellow, government workers, one of our fellow humans that are resisting against this ICE terror. And we can't stand by idly, right?
Yeah.
No! We need to follow in the example of the labor unions who are most affected by, who represent those workers who are most affected by this terror. We need to follow that example, and when the labor unions like SCIU, Local 26, Unite Here, Local 17, when they called for that strike that happened last Friday on January 23rd, the people stood up and answered. And now, with black student groups and with Somali student groups of the U of M calling for the same thing, we need to answer that call. It is time to strike again. So let's get in those streets. Let's show the world what we can do. But what's more, we're going to make this a national event. January 30th, all of these cities across the country that are facing ICE terror are going to shut it down. Not just Minneapolis, from Houston to Dallas to Atlanta to Las Vegas, we're all shutting it down. What do we want? What do we want? When do we want it? Now! What do we want? ICE out! What do we want? ICE out! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? ICE out! When do we want it? Now! When do we want it? Now! If we don't get it, shut it down! If we don't get it, shut it down! If we don't get it, shut it down! Thank you. I appreciate it.
Give it up for Doug one time, Doug. Thank you so much. We got one more speaker for you today. Doug was talking a lot about students leading the charge. Iman, tell them how it is. Iman, make some noise!
What do we want?
ICE out!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
ICE out!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
ICE out!
When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want it?
Now!
Woo! Feeling Minneapolis! This past Saturday, our community watched in horror as Alex Preddy, a nurse, a neighbor, a student, was shot and killed by federal agents in Minneapolis.
What was meant to be another day of resistance turned into another day of state violence against us. In broad daylight on our streets. Shame! Shame! And let's be clear. We all know this came just less than 24 hours after one of the largest general strikes in Minnesota history. And we know that there is only one right answer to this violence. We must expand and extend the shutdown. Woo! We saw the power that we have when we act in unity. And we know that there is only one answer to this violence. Again, we must extend and expand the shutdown. Our Somali and Black students have made this call, and we have stood at the front of this fight. Not behind, not following. They are leading. They were the first to call this mobilization, and the first to say, shut it down! 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 As a college student, I have watched my peers turn grief and rage into action, into organizing. When establishments were hesitant, youth moved. When politicians stayed silent, youth had organized. We know that the movement's backbone is the youth. And we know that every part of our community, our Somali families, our international students, our Hmong, Latino, Vietnamese, indigenous, and working class communities, they are standing with them, and they are all calling for the same thing. Take action this Friday. We need to shut it down! 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 And we know when we as workers withhold our labor, when we withhold our dollars, we break the machine that profits off of our pain. And we saw yesterday that Bovino has left Minnesota. Bye-bye, Bovino! Bye-bye! But we know that this was not just a choice from the administration. It was because of the pressure that we put on them. Our action, our presence in the streets, our refusal to back down, that's what forced that step. But here's the truth. We're one step closer to victory. Total victory means ice off of our streets, federal terror out of our cities, no more families living in fear for their lives. We are at a critical moment, and the answer must be bigger, stronger, and nationwide. And this shutdown is not just happening here in Minnesota. It's happening in Texas, on the East Coast, on the West Coast. Everyone is answering our call. Workers, students, and entire communities are rising up. So hear this and remember this. We will not let this violence be forgotten. We will not let fear silence us. We will shut it down and we will win! Shut it down this Friday. Shut it down for Alex. Shut it down for Renee. Shut it down for every immigrant terrorized. Shut it down until ICE is no longer on our streets! What do we want? When do we want it? Decide, what do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? If we don't get it, decide if we don't get it, shut it down! 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 Shut it down!
Hey, can I make some noise for mine? Let's go! Minnesotans back in. It's cold. Get warm, come in a little bit, soon we'll get moving, but here's the deal, folks. All these speakers are serious, and you should be too, about shutting it down. Last Friday, we did that. We showed hundreds of thousands of people can do that in Minnesota in negative-degree weather. Were you there? Did you see it? Now, why can't we do that again? Guess what? That day, this past weekend, we saw 60 CEOs of Minnesotan businesses, some of them even working with ICE, being essential to their operations, calling for writing a letter of de-escalation and for peace. Now, one thing here is, they weren't writing that letter when Renee was killed, did they? They did it when Alex gets killed, and we stayed out in the streets and we forced them to say something. Now, we're not here for words anymore, folks. But guess what? We're the ones who got Fry and Walz in the same room for Trump to pull Bovino out of the state. Isn't that right? There's no way he leaves. There's no way they're talking to him without us being out here every single day for our neighbors that have been killed and our neighbors that have been abducted and kidnapped by these thugs and goons. So what are we going to do?
Shut it down!
What are we going to do?
Shut it down!
What are we going to do?
Shut it down!
We gotta stay warm, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bounce with this one. Shut it down! 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 Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Minneapolis, make some noise! We got some more speakers. Are you ready to hear some great words? We got Nas ready up here. Nas, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Until, oh, hey, 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 welcome, welcome. Make some noise, Minneapolis!
Y'all, when I ask y'all who got the power, I need y'all to tell me we got the power. Who got the power? We got the power! And when I say what kind of power, I'm telling you we got people power. What kind of power? We got the power! Who got the power? We got the power! What kind of power? We got the power! Thank you, y'all. It has been the power of the people that has sustained this movement. Communities coming from all over the place, the Somali community, the Black American community, the Latino community, the Hmong community, have continued to make this movement happen. Make some noise. We understand that the killing of Renee Gunn, of Alex Preddy, of Keith Porter Jr., the attacks, the constant attacks from ICE, has been a part of a long-standing racist project that is United States imperialism. Shame. I said shame. And it has been the organization of the people that has continued to keep us safe. Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe. Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe. We understand that in 2020, when George Floyd was slaughtered, we got him justice. It was the power of the people that got him justice. What kind of power? What kind of power? We know that this racist terrorist state will continue to attack our communities if we don't do something about it. Are we gonna let this happen? I said, are we gonna let this happen? So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? So on Friday, January 30th, where are we gonna be? We gonna be outside? We gonna be outside? We gonna shut it down? We gonna shut it down? We understand that we stand in solidarity. We stand in motion. We stand in power. We stand in protracted struggle. A protracted struggle to bring the power back to the people. So I need y'all to repeat after me, because this is something that's special to me. I really believe that we can win. So y'all say, I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
Say I believe. I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
Say I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
Say I believe y'all.
Oh, thank you. Now let's make some noise for them. I believe that same thing, folks. You gotta tuck it in. You gotta stay warm. Say hello to your neighbors. Because listen, we're not quite done yet. We're not gonna be done till they do what? Till we can shut it down. Isn't that right? We're not stopping until then. And we're not gonna stop speaking because I got some words from Alex here. Can you make some noise for Alex, please?
What's up, Minneapolis? Let's make some noise real quick. Now, I'm a teacher here in the greater Twin Cities area. Thank you. And I see every day the terror that our students are experiencing, the fear that they have with ICE patrolling their streets, with ICE patrolling their schools, with ICE patrolling their bus stops. I've talked to teacher friends as well, and they have told me in their schools, they're witnessing ghost towns. 50% of students gone, 80% of students gone in their classes. Shame on them. One story in particular hit me really hard. A student and their family who felt like it was no longer safe for them to stay in the state of Minnesota, that had to leave. That is what our students are experiencing. That is what our families are experiencing right now. But our students are resilient as well. We've seen students walk out of their schools demanding that ICE leave our city, that ICE leaves our state. The organizing that these students have been doing, have been pushing for a general strike. It were student unions that called for the extension of the general strike this Friday. We know that we keep each other safe, and we know that when we organize, we win. That's why we gotta keep the fight going. We gotta keep